Hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream. We are in Backroads County 4X. I told you guys I'd come back tonight, so it's not going to be a very long return tonight. I'm hoping we can get this field harvested, but we'll see. Well, it looks like we have been streaming now 2 days. 2 days? Maybe 3 days. So I think this is our third night streaming. Like I say, still brand new to the game, not sure how it's going to go. But let's see. We've got third day, and if I'm looking at my streams, I've got about 9 hours. Okay, I am playing this game too much. That's actually silly. I can't sustain that. But but I'm just trying to get out there and get people watching. So all right, join the stream here. Oh, probably need to mute my voice and also half pay attention where I'm driving. Okay. So yes, finishing up harvesting of this field. Let's see, actually, I have no idea how much grain we've got. 65, 68. So probably around 70. Well, here. We'll get the real number. 71,435. So my guess was I'd have at least 100,000. And I think I'm going to have over 100,000 if I'm looking at what I've done. Yeah, I think over 100. That's my guess, guys. So, that's awesome. Over 100 would be good because I was kind of predicting I'd make around $300,000. And 100,000 would be $270,000 approximately. So yeah, that would be ideal. 100 and I really need to get about 110,000 to feel comfortable with that number. So the one good thing is, so this combine obviously takes forever to harvest this field, but the one thing I found, the saving grace for me, is each pass up and down, one up is almost 50%. So basically, up down, he fills up about 100%. So all I have to do is keep my trailer on that side of the field and unload him every time. So I've been unloading him, into the field. That's why right now he's only at 50% just now, but by the time I get to unloading him, he'll be about 80%. So if I unloaded all of it at the beginning of the field, which is where it initially I was doing it, he was only making it a couple more feet. So it was almost perfect. But yeah, so that's where we're at with that. I had my dinner, so it's funny because the last stream I mentioned I've been a chef. I've worked at some of the best restaurants in the United States. Like, I'm talking, if you did a top 10 maybe 20, you'd probably see one or two of the restaurants I worked at. So I, not bragging, but just saying, oh, it's going to be funny. But that's what I've been at. And, but you know what? Just so you know, those chefs back there, um, sometimes, well, actually, it's funny. Working with chefs, the kind of meals they make at home, it's either super extravagant or it's extremely basic. My meal tonight was frozen chicken tenders and fries. That was it. Um, it's partially because I actually was cooking some pretty nice stuff recently, and I just got sick of doing dishes. So I do it super basic. I use the air fryer. I throw everything in. Mine's kind of like a toaster oven, so it's a nice flat. Um, it pulls out like a tray, so like you can spread stuff out pretty nicely. And I throw a few tenders in the back, let those go for a couple minutes, then I fill the tray with fries, and that's it. I mean, got a little Chick-fil-A sauce to have with them and some ketchup. I mean, that's all you need, guys. I mean, I can't do that all the time because obviously not calorie friendly, but this week I had a busy weekend. I cooked a lot. Like I said, uh, I just didn't want to do any more dishes or cook all that much more. So easy this week. Maybe next week we'll do something a little nicer. I I'm trying um, to eat a little better. I so another a little bit more history on me is right before COVID, I was a big rock climber. So I did that in gyms. I did gym climbing pretty much. I went outside once or twice, but not very much. Um, Pretty much all gym climbing, but I would do it 10, 15 hours a week at least. I mean, I loved it. I was there all the time, really good shape. I was best health of my life, and then COVID happens. They restrict everybody to being indoors, not doing anything, and I mean, it's just terrible. Say what you will about the actual COVID pandemic, um, whether you had COVID or not, it affected your health. Like, I honestly would much rather have just let things go on as they had, mask if you feel necessary, and continue your life because, man, I've gained like 40 pounds since then. I mean, still not in terrible shape. I'm still fairly active, but man, that that hit hard. So trying to get back. I don't rock climb really anymore, and that's for a few reasons. Number one is I had an injury that messed up my finger, tore a ligament. Um, I mean, took years to feel okay, and I just realized I'm getting a little bit older, and I don't handle injuries well. so, um, so I've stepped away from that. Um, I just can't. I can't be. Had a few times where I was just limping around, really bad sprains, and never broke anything. Luckily, at least that was ever. I don't think I ever broke anything in my hand. I mean, that was the torn ligament was somewhat self-diagnosed, and also I climbed with a few people that were in med school and a physical therapist, and so they helped diagnose me. But yeah, so once again rambling off, but and what I'm getting back to is I can't eat chicken fingers and fries every night. um, so we'll try and cook something a little healthier. I actually would I tossed around because I was wanting to get into streaming, or not even streaming, but just something in the YouTube space, just to see if it takes, see if it's for me. And it was between this and cooking videos. I'm still not opposed to doing the cooking videos, but sorry, my volume was really high on that equipment. I'm still not opposed to the cooking videos. It's just those are going to require a little more setup on my side, because I don't have cameras or anything. I assume I could do it all with my iPhone. But I'm not. But then I need like I don't know. It's just like I don't know where I'd set. I don't have like stands or anything to set the camera on, or I'd have to have something that's solid and not gonna fall over. I have thoughts on how to do it, but so that's a possibility. But once again, more effort, and I mean, I do work a full-time job that is at minimum 40 hours, usually more. So I'm busy with that, busy with other stuff in life. So, and I don't know, when you're doing all that stuff, streaming a video game that you enjoy playing anyways sounds pretty good. So that's why I chose this, at least initially. But yeah, so I don't know. You might. I assume I'd need to create a second channel for cooking, just because they're not really related at all. So it'd be a little odd, in my opinion. I mean, I'd have to change the name of my channel for sure, but it'd just be a little odd if you're like, why am I subscribing to him and he's got a farming video today and he's making a souffle tomorrow? So I'm sure people enjoy both, but it just doesn't seem like it would flow together well. So yeah, that's that. And then obviously doing all these recipes, ingredients aren't cheap, and so that would be a decent expense to add on, where I can play Farming Simulator for the same amount of money as if I were just playing it for fun. But yeah, it's a possibility. I may try to do some cooking stuff on here, just to throw it out there and maybe use it as a test. But we'll see. So, all right, done rambling. Looks like the cultivator's getting closer on field 56. Looks like he's off towards the other side, so he's probably. I think he'll be able to finish before we finish harvesting this field for sure. Yeah, and sorry, oh, excuse me. Um, that's one reason why the stream's not going to be too long tonight. Is I'm tired. I have been, especially these last few days, trying to get streams going just to get some content out there. And I'm probably sleeping 4 to 5 hours a night, so probably not enough. I need to need to need to pump up those numbers. But I think financing that combine is going to be the move, because this is brutal. I do not recommend. Like, I like this combine for a starter vehicle, but holy moly, I think this is 18 acres, and that is a lot of work. I can't even imagine if I was the one like if I didn't hire workers, this would be painful. Okay. All right. Down to $6,300. So. Let's pop over in the. There we go. In this tractor. Yeah. No, he's doing good. Most of the field's done. If we look on the map, it should be. Yep, it's fertilized. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if I maybe missed some harvesting, and then you can see this needs lime. So maybe what we do is, if I'm still playing for much longer, is we keep him here unloading, and then we take the other tractor and go fill up our lime. Oh. What do we have here? Okay. So, if anyone's watching this replay, is everyone excited for fall? That's another thing coming up. I was talking at work today with some guys, and I kind of forgot. Like, I mean, I know football's coming up, and we go to usually most of the home college football games. So I won't say the team. I don't know. Maybe someday. That's another thing you'll learn about me, is I'm a little bit of a private person. So in the stream, and even if I did the cooking thing, I really don't want to show my face. I don't know. Maybe I will eventually. I'm not sure. Definitely won't at the beginning, because I don't know. I just don't want to. I don't think it's just my face. Who cares? I don't know. Not something I'm interested in doing. But so I won't really probably give out too too much information. But no, we go to college football games. Excited about that. Excited about the season. Um, I am a Lions fan. Born in Michigan, so I am finally able to have a team that I can really root for. I've rooted for them in the past, but it's just been so disappointing. So finally seeing some really good stuff going on in that over there. And I mean, they're true. I mean, they're building such a good team. Um, I'm hopeful that leadership being shaking up quite a bit this year is smooth. Um, and we've got, who is it? Oh man, I'm drawing a blank right now, but the defensive player that was injured, he like snapped his leg last year. It was rough. When I can't remember a name, in my head, it's going to sound silly, but I go A, B, C, D, E, and I kind of like think through each letter, and I can often think of names that way. So I'm going to silently to myself, so you're not listening, go through and see if I can remember who it is that I'm talking about, because he's just such an awesome, I mean, he's so fun to watch. He's so good. And he'll be back, and I've heard that he's healthy and looks really good. So let me think who it is. Oh, Aiden Hutchinson, right? It's easy with an A, you know, an A's. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be awesome seeing him out there again, and hopefully he stays healthy, and that was just a crazy thing that happened, and it's not, something that can happen again, hopefully. So, he's really fun to watch. I mean, and I like Goff. I really actually liked Matthew Stafford a lot. I really did, actually. I thought he was great. I mean, he struggled with the Lions, but I was really happy to see him get that Super Bowl. That was awesome. I think it was a win-win with that trade. So I think both teams made out better. Amon-Ra St. Brown is obviously amazing. Gibbs, oh man, Gibbs. I mean, he could be one of the best running backs in the game right now. I mean, and you have Montgomery, so I mean, you're kind of covered. But no, they're a fun team to watch. I like seeing them do better. Excited for that season. Excited for some college football. I like the fall, anyways. So yeah, got that coming up. And living in the Midwest, we've got our real life. I'm not involved in it, but farms got a lot of corn and beans that are going to be coming out of the ground in a couple months here. So, always kind of cool to see the machinery out there, and I mean, and here, the machinery is just so big. I mean, with the amount of corn and beans that they grow, I mean, you get to see some really cool. I always think it's fun when I'm driving by and I'm like, hey, I've got that combine in my game. Or I've got that 9RX, the quad track. I don't know. You see all that stuff out there, and it's kind of cool to be like, oh, I've got that. It's just mine is with play money, and you actually spent $1 million on your equipment. Well, then you add it all up and probably got $10 million on equipment, and 50 million on land. uh, but yeah. Um, oh, what's this? Oh, interesting. Lamar Jackson dropped his lawsuit against Troy Aikman over the number 8. What? He filed it last year saying it confused customers who were looking to buy his apparel. Okay, Lamar. I I don't I get confused. I don't know if I like Lamar Jackson or not. I mean, he's talented. He is. Um, I don't think I like him though. I don't know. Just something about him, and I mean, I can respect that he's a good football player, but I don't know. Um, you know, speaking of quarterbacks, though, uh, so we've got obviously there's always some new fun, different people to see. Uh, Bo Nix, I'm hoping I like him. I hope he has a nice another like just a good season here. I think he's got a lot of talent. Um, I've always kind of liked Burrow, and they've just struggled recently. So I'm hoping he does well. And, I mean, and once this is unless any of them are playing the Lions. But other than that, they can do well. Who else? Okay, so this is going to be a controversial player as far as a lot of people probably are going to love him, hate him, think he's terrible, think he's good. But I really want to see Anthony Richardson do well. I don't know. He just seems. I like him. Um, and I don't know. I hope he can figure it out. I hope that he's got a good team behind him and they're figuring things out. And the big one is that he stays healthy because that's been his biggest struggle. But I think he's a very athletic, strong individual. Um, sorry, I'm like reading my news as I'm talking. This just shows how I jump around to things. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, if he can get the accurate, just get the football, quarterback specific talents perfected. Um, wow, this is a really bad video. um, but no, if he can figure that out, I mean, he's really good. But I am watching. I scrolling on Instagram here, but they have a squid and they're pushing pearls out from the skin under the squid, but the pearls have holes drilled in them already. Like, who is anyone watching these videos and saying, "Oh my gosh, you just got pearls out of a squid's skin"? Like, who creates this kind of garbage? I mean, number one, there would never be pearls under the skin of a squid, and number two, they're not going to have perfectly drilled holes. Like, I don't know. That's crazy. uh, the stuff people create for content, but then it's got 49,000 likes. Like, why would anyone like that? It's a 5-second clip of a totally ridiculous thing. And I struggle getting one person to watch my video. Sydney Sweeney favored for next Bond girl as Timothy Chalamet eyed for James Bond. Okay, here's my take on that. Timothy Chalamet. I don't know. I know the name, and I know I've seen him in stuff. I mean, I'm not a big celebrity, whatever person. But looking at him in this picture here, I don't know. He doesn't look like James Bond. I like Pierce Brosnan was actually. People are gonna probably think this is ridiculous, but I thought he was he's kind of what I picture a James Bond to be, like just a good. I don't know. I really liked. What's his name? It was right after. I think he was the one right after Pierce Brosnan. Daniel Craig. See, I did the alphabet thing in my head, and D is early, so I figured it out. It's actually it's crazy how well it works. But I've done it for so many years, and I can usually remember the name when I go through the alphabet. Daniel Craig. It took me a minute to accept that he could be a James Bond, but it didn't even didn't take long. At first, I was like, "Huh, this seems odd," and then I watched him for watched the movie for. It might have even only been 5 minutes in when he was chasing that guy at the beginning and jumping through the construction area. I think maybe into the embassy, and I was like, "Okay, yeah, he's pretty good." But I don't. Timothy Chalamet, looking at the picture of him here, he looks like. I don't know. He looks like he could work in a coffee shop. I don't think he's a international spy. I don't know. That's just me. But Sydney Sweeney, yeah, sure, that'd be just fine. She's got good genes. The people that went crazy over that, it's like, dude, it's just a commercial. Who cares? Yeah, I like it. Let's see, anything else good? Ooh, the only day Larry Silverstein missed work at 9/11, or was 9/11, and he worked in the trade centers. Interesting conspiracy theory there. I'm just going to skip over that one because I don't know anything other than that headline, and that'd be silly to just make a random. I don't know. I don't have enough knowledge on it. I can't. Other people can look at those headlines and immediately judge. I can't. I need some more information. Okay, just checking my stream. Yeah, I think I don't think anyone's watching. But hey, I'm going to give it a thumbs up. I think it's good. Okay. Bill Gates donated $51 billion. I don't know. I have thoughts on Bill Gates, but I also don't have enough information on him either, and I don't really care. Pizza is a healthier breakfast option than most cereals, studies say. I get that. That would make sense. I mean, most cereals are sugar and grains of some sort, but a lot of sugar. Like a lot of sugar. Um, and then you use milk, which I have no complaints with milk. Um, I drink a ton of it. I think it's healthy. Um, but I mean, pizza, and here's one step further: is if you made like a sourdough pizza, then you're really like that. I actually would call a health food. Um, but sure, you've got carbs. That gives you energy to start the day. Carbs are a good thing. You need them. Toppings are going to be the thing that probably differentiate how healthy it is. Um, I love pepperoni pizza, but pepperoni is probably one of the worst toppings for you. Um, it's just so fatty. It's um, a processed meat where if you, depending on the source that you get it from, I mean, eating a lot of it can be known to be carcinogenic. It could have, what is it? Oh gosh, can't remember the chemicals they use for preserving food, but it's like the pink salts, and I think it's nitrites and nitrates. Um, you can do the natural where it's like celery. Is it like a celery salt or a celery extract or something that helps preserve? That's more natural. Um, but yeah, you got bread, so you got some carbs. Pretty common for pizza doughs to either have no or little sugar. Um, I use a very little sugar in mine when I make it. Um, Pizza sauce is tomatoes. I mean, once again, it depends. Obviously, where you're getting it from, there might be sugar in it. I don't put sugar in mine. I just blend tomatoes, maybe some salt, maybe a little garlic, and that's it. And maybe basil. Cheese. Um, I don't really have much against cheese. It's a good source of protein. Sure, maybe it's a little fatty. Maybe I wouldn't go overboard, but loaded up with veggies and maybe some lean meats. And yeah, I would agree. Healthier than cereal. I agree. What else do we have through the here? Aaron Rodgers. Uh-oh, he's got ice wrapped around his leg. Yeah, I don't really care. I think, I actually, I think that he might do just fine this year. Steelers are a team that will generally always just make it to the Super Bowl. At least with Tomlin. So it'll be interesting to see. What has he got? He's got Metcalf, I think, right? So that should be a solid matchup. I'm glad, like, the whole thing with the Jets and him bringing all of his, like, Packers players over and this and that. That was just a mess. I think they shook way too much stuff up, and I can understand wanting him to have people that he's used to playing with, but I kind of like how they just are like, you're coming. And I would assume Tomlin is not the guy that's gonna bend over and be like, "Oh, it's your show now. You tell me what I need to do." I think knows that Aaron Rodgers has probably a little, he's still capable, but he's like, this is my team. You're here to help me out. We're gonna, I don't know. I think there's a different dynamic there. I was never a fan of Salah, um, if that's how you say his last name. So yeah, we'll see. I actually think they're gonna do fine. And actually, speaking of the Jets, this is my like prediction is I think Jets are making it to the playoffs this year. I think this is the year. Um, I am. Who's the off? Their coach is the Lions defensive coordinator. Um, uh, Honestly, I'm not going to remember his. I could probably try and remember his name, but it's not relevant, so I don't really. It's fine. Anyways, they've got him, but the real one of the other reasons. So, I mean, their defense has. I think last year it didn't. They weren't as good, but like the year before, like their defense was like top tier, like really good defense, and offense. I mean, they've got good. They actually have a pretty good offense, um, and I think the key here is going to be Justin Fields, and I think Justin Fields was dealt a bad hand. I think he went to the Bears. The Bears are just awful at developing and um, quarterbacks, and I think they made him look so bad. But I think he's actually a pretty good quarterback. um, it'll be interesting to see how he plays with them, but I like Fields. I didn't because he was with the Bears, and I just don't like the Bears. Um, but now that he's like moved on, I'm starting to realize he's actually pretty good, and I think it's the Jets' year. I don't think they're going to go far in the playoffs, but I think they're going to make the playoffs. Maybe they'll win a game, but that's my prediction. Oh, let's see. AI has invented a material stronger than steel, lighter than foam, could revolutionize airplanes, cars, and buildings. I wonder if that's true. Carbon-based material. Tough as carbon steel, lightweight as styrofoam. Huh. That's interesting. I mean, AI. Uh, I think we're hitting a point in our life where if depending on how all this AI stuff shakes out, I mean, you could see just massive change in technology with AI. It'll be really interesting to see. Um, it actually kind of somewhat circles back to my stream earlier today, and I was talking about kind of that win I had in the stock market today. Because I was invested in TerraWolf. Um, Once again, I am not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Whatever I need to say to protect myself. But I've been invested in TerraWolf. I like the company. They mine Bitcoin, but that's kind of more of the what they did in the past. And I mean, they still mine tons. I mean, their revenue from mining Bitcoin is still, I think, tens of millions, maybe even 100 for the year. I guess I'm looking at quarterlies, um, but the big thing I think that they've been shifting into, that I've realized that, like, how good this company can end up shaking out, is their focus, because they've built out these facilities, um, for the HPC, centers, which I think, is it stand for like high computing centers, or which eights? Let's look this up. What is HPC in computing? High performance computing. Okay. Okay, so it's a collection of computers to solve complex computation problems that are beyond the capabilities of typical desktop. So anyways, TeraWulf is doing these HPC centers. They've got a couple, low carbon, and that's where I saw the real value in them. And it came today where they announced like a $3.7 billion deal, I believe, over the next 10 years with Google backing them. So, backing the deal. And with that, taking 6 or 8% ownership, I believe, of TeraWulf. But long story short, getting back to kind of what I was getting at, is I think these facilities who they're leasing out the space to are like AI companies. I haven't done actually research on the company that leased it out. It was Fluid something, I think. I very briefly looked at them, and I think they're out of France or something. I don't know. I could be totally off base on that. I need to look into it more. But yeah, I mean, I think being invested in something around the AI computing, quantum computing, whatever space is just, oh wow, I am full. Or hopefully I can fit the rest of this in here, because this must hold 100,000, I bet. It does. All right, I think I'm gonna hit my goal. But yeah, I think anything invested in that space right now is smart. Okay. All right, this field is ready to go. That's awesome. All set. Let's look at the stream. Okay. I think it's just me watching again. I don't think I'm gonna get any other viewers, but that's okay. So, okay. Oh, it does say 2 people watching, so it is possible someone else is watching the channel now. Welcome, welcome. So I need lime for that other field. I think it's gonna take, oh, they already left. Whatever. Alright, fine. Leave. I didn't want you here anyways. I did actually, sorry. Okay. Yeah, unload that there because I guarantee it's going to take... It might take almost 2 full hoppers of lime. Yeah, speaking of TerraWolf, how is that aftermarket doing? Oh, okay. So ended the day today up 59.5%, and it is up 2.3% in after hours. And that 2.3% is, I believe, off of the closing price. So, but one thing I've experienced is after hours pre-market. I don't know. It often doesn't mean a whole lot. I mean, in some circumstances, I feel like it does. Like this morning, obviously it did, because TerraWolf was ripping after the conference call, because the conference call was an hour before market open, and once people heard about this deal, it was just, I mean, it ripped. It was up 10%, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and then throughout the day, it went, I think, from about 35 to closing in at the 60. So, pretty solid. I'm looking for, oh yeah, it's up to $9 again. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it is. It's going wild. I really want to see this thing rip up to over $10 tomorrow. That'd be awesome. Oops. Well, hopefully I've got enough room in the trailer and combine to finish this field. I'd rather, but if I have to unload a little bit into that bulk silo, I can do it. I've got the bucket, so I can always unload a little bit. Okay. So it's August, September, October, November, December. I don't know. I don't need that much more money today, and I can wait and have my workers going and starting in December when I sell stuff. So let's see how much it's going to cost me. I was like, lime is luckily very cheap. Okay. Alright, well, let's, oh crap. Almost drove over top of it. Is anyone else watching? It says there's 3 views now. Oh, you know what? When I refresh the stream, I wonder if that adds a view. That could. I would like, so that's that's the one thing I have not done yet, is I have zero subscribers, like absolutely zero, and I could subscribe with my like my YouTube channel, the YouTube that I've just used in the past, but I don't want to. I don't think that's fair. I think my first subscriber, or at least first however many, need to be real people, not myself. I don't want my mom subscribing to my YouTube channel. So, sorry, Ma. Sorry, Grandma. Well, all right, rest in peace, Grandma. Um, but I wanna get some real people subscribing. I want to get some people interested. Um, I don't know. It does show a second person watching right now. So if you can hear me, if you're enjoying or you just want to say hi, feel free to chat. We are we're in Backroads County 4X PC map. I kind of started from scratch, but then realized this map is just so big and the fields are so big. I ended up taking out $500,000 loan and bought some stuff so I could get going. It's painful right now, but after this year, I'm going to upgrade. I'm buying a bigger combine. I have a financing mod, so I'm going to take 2-year financing on it. It's a 10% interest, but we can get a pretty nice combine. I'm going to buy, whoops, I'm going to buy the John Deere S7. That is what I've decided. It's got a pretty big hopper, 14,000. I can throw, I think it's a 13-meter grain header on it, so I can really knock out a bunch. All right, they already left. Damn it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting people to pop in for a minute, but I'm not getting anyone to stay. So I've got to figure out how to do that. Oh yeah. So yeah, people are seeing it, but no one's staying, no one's commenting. It'd be nice to get some people that can give me feedback. So if anyone watches this, jumps in, let me know. I just, like I say, I just want to get better. That's it. All right, we're getting there. Almost done, guys. I wanted to turn this game off about a half hour ago, but I also really want to get this field done. I think I was also thinking I would sell all my crop and everything, but yeah, I just can't. I gotta get off. I can't keep doing this too much longer today. Oops, almost missed my farm. So I was kind of talking earlier about wanting a tractor in real life, which I don't know. I mean, the problem is I am also not a very big spender. So justifying a purchase like that is going to be crazy hard for me. But I mean, I get excited looking at them, and I mean, I think it'd be so fun to tool around in it. Um, and like I said, I'm probably going to be in the next year or two on about 5 acres, maybe 6. So, so absolutely something I'd be able to use. um, but yeah, I was looking at different brands, and initially, like when I first was looking, I was like, oh, I kind of like Kubota um, for a small tractor. Then I started doing research, and I was like, okay, I don't think I like Kubota, partially for price and other things. Um, and then uh, watching a bunch of videos and things, I started getting turned on to Yanmar because Yanmar, I think maybe it's John Deere that uses a Yanmar engine in at least in their subcompacts. Because I don't know, I'd probably be looking at around 35 horsepower. Um, Nothing massive by any means. um, so kind of looking around at that stuff. Um, so Myanmar was something I was really interested in. Watching videos and that. But then I've been watching videos more and more comments, and Coyote. That's the new one that I'm like, maybe this is the one. Maybe that's what they're pretty affordable and seem like they're very capable. So, but I think I'd be probably looking at bare minimum of $25,000. So, it's a lot of money, guys. A lot of money. I don't think I can justify that very easily. Um, the only nice thing about it is I did see right now, and I'm sure if it's going on right now, it's definitely got to be going on multiple times a year. But they had 0% financing for like 10 years, something like that. So it's like if I can get if I'm buying something for 25 grand, but it's a 0% interest for 10 years, or like basically through the life of the loan, that actually makes me like think, okay, this wouldn't be a crazy purchase because I don't have a car loan right now. So I mean, it basically replaced that, but it'd actually be cheaper than a car loan. um, and I'd have a fucking tractor. Sorry, I shouldn't swear like that. But I'd have a freaking tractor. Um, can you swear on YouTube? Is that allowed? Actually, man, I really need to like look into more of this stuff, so I know what's allowed and like what's. I don't want to. Obviously, I don't want to get banned. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't have to worry about being anything monetarily right now because, I mean, I'm very far from being monetized. But I don't want to hurt the chances of that because the goal would be to one day be monetized. That would be awesome. I understand it's probably unlikely, especially considering I have a full-time job. I am kind of busy, honestly, in general. My only thing going for me right now is I don't sleep a lot. Because if I slept like a normal person, I wouldn't be on here. And if I was, I'd be half hour a day, ish. But I sleep like 3 or 4 hours less than most people. So that's how I'm getting 3 hours on here. Um, yeah. Okay. I am actually going to step away really quickly. Something just came up. Um, and actually, you know what? Now that I say that, why don't we end the stream? It's almost 10 o'clock. I've been going for over an hour, and I already streamed earlier today. Um, I'm going to, I mean, the field's almost done. You guys have seen what I'm doing. You understand. I will off stream here as I wrap up for the night. I'm probably going to, well, I'll finish this field. I will probably, um, hmm, trying to think what I want to do. Because I'll probably just fast forward to, I'll probably sleep and get myself to December so that I can sell crop. Yeah, I think that's the play. Get to December, sell crop, and once I start selling crop, I'll get tractors on this field. And we need to lime, we need to fertilize, we need to cultivate. A lot of stuff this year on this field, and this is a bigger field. So we'll do that. Um, I'm actually going to sell the combine too. I'm going to do it. I'm committing to buying that John Deere. We're going to finance it. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be so, I mean, we're going to get done so much quicker next year. So excited about that. Any progress there. So, okay, I'm going to leave it off at that. Um, so next time I'm on, there'll be quite a bit more progress. I'm going to switch over to here really quickly. So game chat has gone away. Um, yeah, so thank you for anyone who's stopped by. Anyone who watches this after the fact, feel free to leave comments. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you and have